Hey guys, on today's project, we're gonna go ahead and put in this shower door you're seeing here. Let's get into the video. This is episode 9 in my bathroom renovation series, so check out my channel if you want to see how I did every project as part of this bathroom remodel step by step. So because my shower is the size of a phone booth, it kind of forced my hand in terms of shower door options. So I went with the Bifold shower door just to optimize space. So by some miracle, the door arrived unscathed, and the first step was to actually figure out where I was going to mount it on the wall. So because I did the framing for this bathroom, I knew exactly where the stud was, so I just lined it up in the middle of the stud, and that's where I was going to install the door. If you don't know where your studs are, you can always use a tile wall anchor. Home Depot makes a ton of them, and I'm sure most of them are suitable for this job. So pretty much all of these shower doors are gonna have a frame piece that attaches to the wall. So I put it up there as a template to see where I was gonna need to drill my holes, and then I put a piece of tape on the actual tile so that I can mark it more easily. Okay, so I went and I set my laser level, as you're seeing right there. I'm gonna go ahead and check it now with my manual level. So it should be right about there. And we look to be pretty much perfect. So I think I'm okay with this. We got our laser level, we're in good shape. Let's rock and roll. All right, so we got our mark here. If you're anything like me and a little bit accident prone, I put this cardboard up just in case I have some catastrophic slip. I don't wanna scratch the tile up. So with that being said, I got my carbide drip on here. I have my carbide drill bit on here. Let's go ahead and get going. First one done. Not bad. Okay, so at this point I moved on to the other 3. There were 4 total. So again, I just moved the cardboard down just in case there was any kind of a slip, and then I went and I drilled until I was all the way through the tile, the thin set, and the backer board until I reached the stud. So here I am finishing up the last couple. Try not to go through the grout if you can avoid it. Mine unfortunately lined up directly with it. And here I am doing the final drill at the bottom there at the curb. Okay, so I've got the holes drilled. They're all lined up with the laser level. Right here, I went and inserted the first screw just to keep it in place. And I'm gonna go ahead and line these guys up there, as you can see, and put the rest of these guys in, and then get it mounted. The actual kit itself comes with these dinky little fasteners. I didn't use these. I used some screws that I had myself because they're a little bit longer, a little bit more heavy duty, and it's not a Phillips actual bit right there that it needs. It's a hex bit T20. So I like that for so many more reasons than I like these, so I went and used that. All right, so I got them all lined up, got my laser level right down the middle, I got my screws in place. Now it's just a matter of anchoring them. So here I am drilling the screws into the stud. I didn't tighten it down all the way at first just to allow for some fine tuning. So I grabbed my level just to make sure that everything was looking plumb and in good shape. And once I confirmed that, I went ahead and secured the last screw to the stud and tightened everything up. So moving on to the actual glass shower door, they come with these hinges that have these basically like rubber gaskets on the inside so that you don't actually cinch down too hard on the glass and scratch it up. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take those hinges, put them in between the 2 panels of the glass, and then just kind of screw them down with the Allen wrench. So you're seeing me do that right there for the first one. And again, I didn't tighten it down all the way to allow for some fine tuning to make sure everything was level and in place. At this point, I moved down to the bottom of the door and I put the hinge in place just like we did before, got everything lined up, and then again, got the gaskets positioned, put the other half on, and then cinched it down with the Allen wrench, again, leaving just a little bit of wiggle room to make my final adjustments. And if you haven't done so already and you're enjoying this video, please drop a like down below. I appreciate it. So at this point, I'm doing the fine tuning and minor adjustments required to make sure that everything was lined up. But once everything looked good, I went back and I did the final tightening on the hinges. And once everything was tight and looking good, it was ready to actually get this mounted to the shower wall. All right, so I grabbed the shower door and walked it into place as you're seeing, being careful not to smash the glass everywhere. And here I was just kind of putting it in there. So the way you take this is you insert the door into the metal piece that you already mounted to the wall, as you're seeing there in the manual. It just slides in there. So it took a little bit of finagling to actually make that work, but eventually I got it in there and was ready for the next step. So here I am just checking the preliminary layout to make sure it looks okay. And then I checked the distance between the glass and the wall to make sure it was uniform the whole way. So there's a little bit of adjustability where you can kind of pull the frame out, and they have these holes here. There's 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. And essentially you need to go through and drill through the aluminum, which I've already done right there. So now I'm gonna go ahead and set that screw and then get it level down at the bottom. So once you've made all your final adjustments, go ahead and drill through the frame. And once you've done that for the 3 holes, you'll take your set screw and lock everything in. And you'll do that for all 3. Here I am doing the one in the middle right there, just drilling through. And then again, you're just gonna take your screw and you're gonna set it in either with a screwdriver or a drill. So mine right here, it comes with this aluminum strip and it comes with 2 end pieces, right? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get the orientation you need right here. That goes up flush against this pivot point. So you slip that on the end here. Boom, so that fits in there just like that. And then on the end here, you have your end cap, which again, the orientation depends on if it's right hand opening or left hand opening, but it slides on over. We'll put it here and you get it where you need to with the distance. I measured it, it's about 1 3/8 inches. So I'm gonna mirror that on the other side and then go ahead and apply it with some adhesive and silicone. Now I got my construction adhesive, which I'm gonna go ahead and put down first, and then I'll follow it up with some silicone. So here I am doing kind of the double trouble with adhesive first and then following it up with silicone, as you're seeing here. I think that was a good call. You might want to just do silicone, but this worked for me. So once I had the glue and silicone in place, I made sure it was all flush with the front of the curb and equidistant all the way through. And then I cleaned up any excess silicone that squeezed out, double checked that everything looked good. And once it was good, I put it in place with some tape. At this point, I installed the handle that came with the door. Again, it has those rubber gaskets on both sides, and that really is just as easy as threading it into the other side. So very simple there. So pretty much all of these doors are gonna come with a plastic waterproofing strip that goes on the bottom and the side. So I'm putting that in place there. Obviously, you need to cut this in half because it's a bifold door. Boom. If you had the full piece, you wouldn't be able to open and close, obviously. So I'm making that cut right there, putting it on the first one, and then I'm sizing up the second piece of plastic for the second panel. Once I cut that, I put it in place, and the bottom part was done. And there it is, kind of showing how it waterproofs between the curb and that plastic piece you just put in. So getting to the home stretch here, I went and applied the waterproofing plastic strip to the door. As you can see, there's a little bit of a gap between the door and the shower wall, but it's very minor. Then I went ahead and I put on the caps for the Allen wrench screws just for some aesthetic, and I did the caulking to make sure no water was gonna get under the door or behind the frame. So here I am finalizing that caulking, and let's get ready for the final result. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I really would appreciate if you could just tap the like button down below or smash it. Intensity, your choice, but either way, just do something with it. And if you want to support me even further and take that next step by hitting the subscribe button, I really would appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next build. Thanks.